Welcome back on my silver and gold stockpilers and collectors. I got a special one for y'all today. So our goal was to take all of our 90% silver and swap it to gold. I'm just kidding. We're gonna swap it to three nines fine silver. That was the goal. Right here is my 90% silver that I had. If you haven't watched my first video, everything I got in here, make sure you pause the video and go back and watch that part one. All right. Watch that part one to get caught up to speed. All right. So in this video, let's see how much we're able to get. 90% silver, $183 in Morgan slash Peace, guys. We have $200 in halves. That's face value right there. And $56.90 in dimes. So to convert all of these over, had a little help from ChatGPT, but it's pretty easy right here. $183 times 0.77344. That's the circulating weight right there. 200 times 0.715, and those are circulating weights right there. Now, if you have a whole stack of halves and all you have is Kennedy's, you're probably going to have a little extra silver than what that calculates to. Um, just to let you know. All right, so the total number of ounces in Morgans and Peace, this is if we're to transfer it straight directly to 3 nines fine silver, no premium involved, even swap. 141 and a half ounces on Morgans, 143 ounces in halves, and 40.68 ounces in dimes, guys. So you look at those numbers and you're like, man, total equaling 325 and a half ounces. How much was I able to accumulate? How much 3 nines fine was I able to trade? So I did get a lot of comments on the first video. There's a lot of people saying good luck. I want to say thank you, thank you. There's also a lot of people saying you're stupid. I want to say thank you too. And of course, I'm not too naive to where I'm going to take a big haircut on this. The goal is always to get the closest to 325 and a half ounces. That was the goal. Get as close to that as possible on the trade. I was expecting a haircut on this, but not too crazy, or else I would have backed away now. So we went there, went to our shop in the morning. Kind of a crazy morning. A lot of stuff happened with rain, and pretty much we're ended up being an hour behind on our appointment. So he went through everything, weighed it all out, came up with our his number, pretty much the best that he could do. We're really hoping it was close to 325 and a half ounces. And let's check what we got, guys. Let's see how much silver we were able to swap out. Are you guys ready for this? Make sure y'all hit that like button. See how much silver we're able to swap out. And the total value of 3 nines fine that we got is, oh, that didn't work out. Check it out. That was zero. We ended up not swapping, guys. The haircut we would have took was too insane in the membrane. So we ended up keeping all of our $183 in Morgans and Peace. We ended up keeping our $200 face and halves. We ended up keeping our $56.90 in dimes, guys. We kept it all. We kept it all. We did not swap. And this can is almost full to the top. Now, why did we not swap, guys? What was the problem? What was the issue? So again, we're hoping we could get as close to this 325 ounces, 325 and a half ounces as possible on our swap. I was like, man, if he could just swap us out, maybe we'll lose like 5 ounces. So he'll give us 320, or maybe we'll lose 10 ounces, right? So 10 ounces. Silver right now is currently like at 60 bucks, right? It's around 60 bucks an ounce. So I'm thinking, okay, 600 bucks to swap it out. 90% to 39. You know, that's not too bad. $600. It's a little haircut. Some people are probably already like $600 pay. Whoa, that's too much. 10 ounces. It's a big haircut. But when you really think of it, from what we bought a lot of stuff for pretty much $5 to $11, probably $11. And we bought that mostly all of this back of Spot for over a year. So we've been buying it. I know the discounts that he's been giving us. So that's what I was kind of expecting, hoping. Okay, of course, best case scenario is just to do an even swap, but I was kind of expecting like like a 10-ounce swap right here. A lot of people in the comments were like, "Pang, you're gonna lose like 25 ounces." Do you guys want to know how much ounces I actually would have lost? So he showed me how much the refiners are taking 90% silver for. Brought up this chart of dimes, half dollars, Morgans, and let me tell you how much they were buying it back from them, and then adding the company's cut on top of that. For me to trade out my silver and for the total weight of 325 and a half ounces, I was offered 80 ounces back. 80 ounces. Check that out. So I was offered like, where's my calculator? I am not prepared for this video. Let me break out the calculator real quick. Such a sad day. We did not get what we wanted, guys. So he offered me, let's see, 325.55 minus. Yeah. 80.50 out 55, 80 and a half ounce back. So he offered me 325.55 minus, what did I say, 80? 245 ounces. So he would swap out with what they're giving them from the refiners plus their cut. They would give me a total of 245 ounces a swap. So you checked it out. So 80.55, that's the haircut. Time spot price is around what, $60. 48.33, nearly $5,000. It'll cost me nearly $5,000 to swap 90% to 39's fine. Jeez. It would cost me nearly $5,000 just to swap 90% to 39's fine. At that point, honestly, I'm being completely honest, just for my channel, I would probably rather swap it to gold. I would rather take that haircut and swap it to gold. If I was forced into that situation. Of course, I'm not forced. I'm not doing this because I hate 90%. I'm not doing this because 90% sucks. I'm just doing it because I'm pouring silver and that's what I want to do. I say, oh, it's my money and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted more silver to pour, more stuff to add to my own personal stockpile tracking, but it did not work. And I was like, I mean, I didn't really have to think about it long. It was kind of like, nope. But then I thought about it and I was like, that's salty. I left a little salty flavor in my mouth because some people were commenting, Pang, you're going to take a 25 ounce pay cut. 25, so that's 48.33. So 25 times 60. 1,500. I'd rather, I mean, of course, that's still a lot, but you know what I mean? I'd rather be close to less than $1,000, honestly, than that. That's pretty much an ounce of gold. I could have pretty much lost an ounce of gold there, more than an ounce of gold, just to swap this. So yeah, end up not swapping. Obviously, right now is still not the time. 90% is still not shining right now, so definitely it's sticking around that buying opportunity and definitely not that selling. I hear a couple people saying the prices on 90% and stuff is closing. It probably is, depending on where you go. It might be closing a little, but it's still not up to par in my area. Let me say that. No, I don't want to say my area. I'm saying with my one guy here. So yeah, that's why. That that is salty right there. Had a salty flavor in my mouth with that one. But yeah, we did not do that 90% to 3 nines. So guess what that means? That means we did a silver pickup. We picked up around probably like another 30 ounces. We're gonna end up just picking up our 3 nines fine separately and just buying it as we go. We'll just fill it up as we go. Man, I was hoping to do this swap. Really wanted to have fun with this because that's a lot of ounces. 325 ounces to melt. I'm doing 2 ounce rounds right now, so that's but let me calculate the loss. So just say 300. See, now I'm already going down to 300. See how I just did that? See how I just said, let me calculate the loss because I'm pouring silver. I did that 300 and I was comfortable saying that. Isn't that wild? But I'm not comfortable saying that for swapping it out. So I don't know. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But so 300 divided by 2, because it's around 2 ounce pours, around 150, probably 140 pours, 140 custom pieces I'll be able to do with that. Yeah, I just calculated my silver loss, like, well, because that's, that's grinding, and when you mix, when you grind it off, the metal's different, so it's not gonna be pure no more. All the shavings finally. Yeah, I kind of just calculated that on the fly, but maybe I could send it out to FG and get some of that back. All right, well, if you guys wanted to see some huge fractionals and a huge 3 nines fine video, gotta save that for another day. I told my boy, I actually told him, I was like, man, that's a huge cut, bro. He was like, yeah, because I told him, like, I'm not really like I like coins, I'm really in it for the weight, I got into 90%. I was like kind of that buy it cheap, stack it deep mentality. I'm a stockpiler. What can I say? All right. So, but he was like, and I told him, I was like, I searched him, and I haven't really got into coin collecting, so I'm fine swapping at 3 nines. He was like, oh, Pang. This is what he told me. He's like, Pang, no, I wouldn't get into coin collecting. That's what he told me. And this is probably why I know what he's talking about, but there are some rare dates and stuff that I see selling for a lot. Like I just look at KK, look at Catcom. He sell to Kusha Collectibles, all his Morgan stuff. There's a market for it. Pretty sure there's a market for all this in here. If I was to individually sell these, probably like these Morgans and stuff, I'm pretty sure I could get more than what I was just offered. But that takes time. That's a lot. That's a lot of shipping. If you lose an item, that's 183 Morgans. Even if I ship that out to, say I split that up to 20 purchases, 20 people, and I was able to get more money, man, that's 20 packages. I have to worry about a lot of silver going out. And, it's a lot. It's a lot. So at that point, it becomes that's why they have coin shops. It's kind of like accessible. That's why you got Uber Eats and stuff. You pay the little premium to have those kind of stores, but it's up to you if you want to take that option or not. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. We did not do a silver swap. We still got that 90%. That can is a little bit of bulge on it right there in the middle. We are not completely full. Will I fill this up with 90% to make it full? I'm not too sure. Not right now. I'm kind of in a different stage right now. I do need, well, I'll see it with serpents on that one. But like I said, I need probably like $160 face to fill up this trifecta I had going here. I think we went pretty strong on this, but right now we're going to stick to 3 nines fine. There's a lot of people sticking to 3 nines fine right now. Is that the right path to go by? It's a give or take. You make your money, you buy what you want, you stockpile what you want. Everybody stockpiles for their own purpose, whether it be to preserve your wealth, if this is just a hobby and you're blowing money, and instead of buying shoes, you could buy this, and when you go to sell it, this would probably be worth more than your shoes, kind of thing. And everybody got their different thing, right? It's not all, everybody's on a different level. That's why they call it low class, medium class, and all that high class right there. So different levels of stacking. We enjoy it. We enjoy stockpiling the metal. It's been an awesome journey, and we will continue to do so. All right, guys. I'll see you guys all on that next live. Later.